What's going on, everyone? This is day 46 of the series Dreams to Reality. It's a series where I talk about my journey on going from 0 to 10K in a month, as well as dropping little pieces of gems and knowledge throughout the entire process. And once again, my camera is on low battery, so if something happens, I'll fix it. Anyways, in today's video, what I wanted to talk about was particularly something that I had learned recently from watching just a ton of different, podcasts and videos regarding self-development, knowledge, and ultimately business in general. Was, when you're going through starting a business or starting a company or running anything at a high level, you're going to go through stress and you're going to go through anxiety and you're going to go through fear of failure and all these other different kinds of emotions that are going to come into play throughout the entire process. But the two things that I wanted to talk about was anxiety and fear, and what that means if you break it down on a deeper level rather than just the word itself. Like what does it actually mean to be anxious, and what does it mean to have too much fear in regarding to whatever it is that you want to pursue. And in particular, I was recently watching a podcast. This one was with Chris Williamson and Alex Hormozi, and what they were talking about was that fear and sadness, from being like, I don't know what to do, like I just don't know where to go from here, is that sadness comes from a lack of options, and anxiety comes from too many options and not enough direction. Now, what does that mean? So sadness comes from a lack of options, right? If you're feeling stuck in the whole business world and you don't know what to do, where to go, or just in general, like you get nervous and you're scared, it's because you don't know what you truly want to work on. So let me give you an example. This just comes down to, when you start overthinking every decision, the camera died. You start overthinking every decision, you start, doubting every single little thing, every single move. And sometimes I still deal with this, but one more thing, it's basically like an analysis paralysis, where you're just stuck in the mindset of overanalyzing, overthinking every little detail. And that just causes you to stress and become even more anxious over time. Now, the best way to kind of fix that, fix overthinking, fix that analysis paralysis, is to focus on one thing and just take action. And when you do that, when you start to just take action, even because everything is not going to be perfect ever. So if you're just waiting for the perfect moment to go ahead and start doing whatever it is that you need to do, you're just going to be waiting for the rest of your life. Now, knowing that things are going to be imperfect and focusing on one thing to just start, once you start doing those, whatever it is, once you start writing, once you start thinking of a business model, once you start implementing ideas, the actions that you take are going to start creating momentum, and momentum will replace your anxiety with confidence. And once you start replacing any anxiety with confidence and action, bro, I'm telling you, the amount of progress that you're going to make is going to become exponential, simply because you stop over analyzing things and you stop overthinking everything. And I just wrote down so much notes. It's like, when you're overwhelmed with options, the key is to just focus on one direction. Simplify any of your choices. Simplify, you may have 3 to 4 to 5 different, things that you can go, different routes you could take. Focus on one simple route that you can take. Simplify your choices, and then implement, what's the first step that I can take in this long, stairway to success, right? What's the very first step that I need to take? Whether that's, okay, let me go get my journal and start writing down some ideas. Let me start bringing out, my calendar and implementing my next few days, my next week, my next month, and see what exactly I need to do. Whatever that small step is, focus on it, and then just start building off that. You don't need to have every single thing figured out in the beginning. You're not going to have everything figured out in the beginning. And that's what makes this journey so exciting and fun, because you don't know every single step, every single little thing that that you're gonna have to do in order to become successful. That's what makes it scary, that's what makes it nervous, but that's what makes it worth it. And instead of just trying to do everything, just commit to one thing per day, and then just build on that and get 1% better. Work on one thing that you can implement on a day-to-day basis, and watch the progress that you're going to be taking. It's better to take an imperfect action than no action at all. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. I'll say that again. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. And when you really think about that, like I said, you'll never be perfect. God is the only thing that's perfect. So if you're waiting for your timing to be perfect, your business model to be perfect, that'll never come. That's just procrastination in disguise. Like, that's the realest thing that I can ever tell you. And, you know, like I said, sadness is going to come from feeling stuck with no options, and anxiety comes from overthinking from all the options that you have. The solution is just focus on one thing, take action, and once you focus on what you can do right now, you're going to start taking back the control of your mind and start taking, control of your future, simply because you're able to focus on one thing and how can you grow that one thing. It's like watering a plant. You put down the seed, you focus on that seed, you water it every single day. Now, it's not going to grow into no big tree within the first few days or the first week, maybe even a year. It's not going to grow into the huge tree. You can just keep watering it every single day. Sooner or later, that shit is going to start blowing up, and then it's going to start giving you apples and oranges or whatever kind of tree that you planted, right? It's the same thing with business. Write down what you want to do, then study it, then implement it, then water that business every single day. How can I work on it? How can I make it a little bit better? And then the same way that the trees give you fruit, your business would, give you money. And that's just how everything works. Don't expect it to become super profitable within the first few days, weeks, months, right? It can take over a year, and you just have to be okay with that. It's part of the process. I'm not where I want to be at in the future, but I'm a lot happier than where I was when I first started, which was earlier this year, right? And like I said, it's only the beginning stages of my business entrepreneur career and journey. And if you're watching this, you could probably relate to it too, right? There's going to be moments when you're going to be like, damn, I don't know if I can do this. Should I go back? But if you go back, then you're going to be, the rest of your life, you're going to wonder what would happen if I would have kept going. I'd rather be the guy that just keeps going, because I know sooner or later everything is going to pay off. So that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Instagram and DM me on Instagram. I would love to just connect with like-minded people. You can reach me at Khalil Forrester. I'll leave it in the description. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.